Well, everybody, I'm excited. A few weeks ago, I made a video announcing that I'm going to be hosting a tour and that you can come with me on this tour. And I did this with the company Trova Trip. Basically, how they do it is that I put a survey out, and then the trip that I choose is based on where people want to go and what they want to do. A lot of people responded, and the number one place where people wanted to go is Thailand. And in case you're curious, number 2 was Vietnam, number 3 was Indonesia, number 4 was Japan. So a lot of really good places, and I'm glad that Thailand made it to the top because Thailand is really amazing. So I put together a really great itinerary with a lot of really cool things. Every meal we eat is going to be an interesting meal. We're going to be eating at a Michelin star restaurant, at hawker stalls, at a market, at a farm. We're going to cook our own food at one point. Also, there's a lot of great tours. We'll be doing a tour of the ruins of Ayutthaya. We're going to do a tour of the historic area of Chiang Mai by rickshaw. Of course, number 1 on my list of things that I would like to check out, and I'm guessing that if you watch my channel, you want to check out too, is markets. There are a lot of really cool markets in Thailand, and we're going to go to a floating market, which is cool because that's a market that is set up around a river, and people go to this area to sell things that are from the more immediate area, and people who are from further away, they come in by boat. You can sometimes get some really interesting things from floating markets. We will also be going to the Mekong Railway Market, which is a market that has been set up on railroad tracks. When trains come, people will take the produce off the tracks and move all their awnings back so the train can pass. And then, like clockwork, they put everything back together again. It's incredible. And all along the way, we'll be looking for fruit, of course, because you're gonna be with me, whether you like it or not. I'm gonna be looking for fruit everywhere I go, because that's how I function. So as we go through these markets, I'm gonna keep an eye out, and we'll hopefully get to try some cool things that you haven't had before, and maybe I haven't had before. We're gonna be on the lookout for interesting produce all along the way. You might be concerned about the current pandemic that is happening. Well, yes, I'm concerned about that too, and this trip is not this year. This is going to be next year, okay? This is November of 2022, and it is my hope that by then it will be safe enough to travel. But Trova does have a pretty reasonable COVID policy and cancellation policy. I encourage you to check it out. Go to Trova's site and read up on it to make sure you're comfortable with it. I think what they offer on their site is pretty fair, and we'll be able to work something out so everyone will be happy. I decided to keep the group size for this tour small. It's only a maximum of 12 people, which I think will make it a more pleasant experience. It'll be a little bit more intimate, more like a group of friends rather than a big tour. The downside to that is that spaces are very limited. In fact, as I film this, the tour group, it is sold out. It's sold out by early notification. So when I did the survey, people could sign up with their email to be notified early before it went open to the public, and it completely sold out within 2 hours. So why am I making this video? Well, don't fear, there's gonna be a second group. The response was so good that I spoke with Trova, and they've agreed to have a second tour group immediately after the first one. So if you would like to go on this trip, then I encourage you to go to the description box, click that link, and put in your email address or get on the waiting list for the first group. That way you can get an early shot at booking. I don't think that this is going to be open to the public. I think that if you want to do it, you gotta book it by early notification because the response has been amazing. It's hard for me to even process that this sold out as quickly as it did. I'm honestly quite touched by this. So I'm really excited about this. I think that this will be a lot of fun and can mean some really good things for the channel going forward in the future. So yeah, I think that's about it, guys. I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.